We are live on the campus of Fairfield Ludlowe High School tonight for varsity girls basketball on the Falcons Sports Network. The Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons will take on the Danbury Hatters, Aiden Blank, Scott Torello, and we will let the starting lineups be introduced as we speak for tonight's contest.
FCIAC girls basketball matchup between the visiting Hatters of Danbury High School and the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for Danbury, a sophomore, number 3, Chloe Farrar. A sophomore, number 12, Viviana Flores. A sophomore, number 13, Ayana Neal. A senior co-captain, number 10, Christine Sankbeck. And a senior co-captain, number 15, Tanisha Hunt. The head coach of Danbury High School is Jackie Bernardo. And now the starting line for Fairfield Ludlowe. A freshman, number 25, Callie Summers. A junior co-captain, number 10, Juliet Butcher. A junior co-captain, number 11, Emma Torello. A junior co-captain, number 13, and the senior co-captain, number 24, Rita Oshie. The head coach of Fairfield Ludlowe High School is Kingsley. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we have the 3 drives as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we are ready to go tonight from Fairfield Ludlowe High School. Aiden Blank and Scott Torello. It is not a must-win game, but it is as close to a must-win game, Scott, as you can get in the beginning of the season at this time of the year.
Yeah, 10th game of the season. I think you would call every game from here on out a must-win game. They've gotten off to a slow start, 3-6, 2-5 in the FCIAC. So I agree with you, Aiden. I think I would call it a must game, right? If they have any chance of making the FCIAC tournament, they almost have to win out, and tonight is included in that.
The Falcons come in, as you mentioned, at 3-6, 2-5 in FCIAC play. The Hatters come in the exact opposite of that, 7-2, 5-1 in the FCIAC. We are underway tonight. New uniforms for Fairfield Ludlowe. Same color scheme, though. It'll be white, silver, and blue the three main colors that you see tonight. Early movement, and it's Bochy for three from straight away. She misses, too short, and the rebound corralled by the Hatters.
Yeah, I love the uniforms, Aiden. Nice new look. Maybe this gives them a little spark.
Viviana Flores to Christine Sangfet. A loft inside, almost over Callie Summers, but it bounces out. It'll go off Summers. It will be a Danbury possession.
Yeah, beautiful help by Callie and beautiful recovery to get her hand on that ball and knock it away.
The inbound, and we go right back to Danbury inbounding underneath the hoop. This time it's Christine Sangfet. Her and Tanisha Cunningham, the only two seniors on this team. Cunningham gets a touch. Over for Flores to the outside for Perot. The entry pass, again, missed everything. Ludlowe couldn't really defend the entry pass in that last game as Juliette Buescher picks up a steal. That's something they're going to work on today, avoiding that ball coming down low.
Yeah, anytime you can prevent the ball from getting inside, definitely give your defense a much better chance of either getting a turnover or forcing them to take a tough shot. You saw it right there. Nice steal by Juliette. Start the game.
Buescher the bounce for Paulman on the baseline. Her pass was deflected into the hands of Ilana Neal.
You see how long they are down there, Aiden.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah, it's going to be tough along that baseline.
You can see Chloe Perot is put on Ida Bochy as a travel is called, and that's probably the biggest visible mismatch to start. Jackie DiNardo, legendary head coach for the Hatters, coming in with a certain advantage on the height, as you can see. A lot of passing is going to be needed. They find Buescher. And here's Summers. Buescher, one more pass. A shot fake from Paulman. They go back out, but she traveled. So a couple of early mistakes and scoreless with 6:10 to play in the first.
Yeah, nice ball movement, but they're big, right? So right now we're still trying to feel them out, find out where the spaces are in the zone. I think we'll get used to it as the game rolls on.
It'll be brought up by Flores. She's picked up by Buescher, and the pass inside makes it 3 straight turnovers for Danbury. This time, Callie Summers makes something of it. She takes it the other way. She's fouled, and she'll go shoot at the free throw line.
Yeah, beautiful steal, nice drive. So defense has been excellent early in this game, Aiden. Forced a couple turnovers, forced a bad shot. Excellent man-to-man right now, because what Ludlowe's going to have trouble doing on defense is you see where they're making their guards switch onto the big men. That's going to be hard for our girls to defend these big girls down low if we have our guards switching onto the big men down low. Looks like 12 on that foul, who is Flores. Looks like she maybe took an elbow in the nose from her own player. Yeah, she's on the bench, maybe an ice pack on her nose. That stings.
We'll see if Flores can get back in this game. Early timeout with 5:53 to play.
Yeah, Aiden, they're cleaning up blood, I believe, on the floor.
Oh, wow.
There.
Our do-it-all AD, Todd Parness, out to clean the floor.
Yeah, they're spraying different spots. She must have gotten hit pretty good.
The starting group for the Falcons is the same group that started against Ridgefield and started against Trinity Catholic. It's Buescher, Torello, Summers, Paulman, and Bochy. So despite Laura Heron coming back into the lineup today, Callie Summers is still starting, which means it could become a regular thing. We'll have to see as this thing plays out. Ludlowe plays Thursday this week. They'll have a quicker turnaround than they're used to, as they travel to Bassick for one of 2 non-conference games they have left. Callie Summers is going to shoot.
Yeah, they're still cleaning the floor, Aiden. I see.
It was in multiple spots,
still
too.
spraying spots.
top right side, and then directly underneath the hoop.
She looks like she's in pain over there too, Aiden.
Yeah, that can't feel good. Callie Summers got fouled. She's going to go shoot. Trying to get Ludlowe on the board tonight. And she will not. That's not a good sign if you're Sarah Kinsley. I would imagine something they really put an emphasis on since Friday was free throw shooting. The free throw shooting was abysmal and really almost cost them the game.
Yeah, I mean, you could almost argue it did cost them the game.
It was an 8-point game. They had more than 8 chances to hit at the line.
I think they missed 18 free throws, Aiden. So 8-point game, but you got to remember, at the end of the game, there's a lot of fouls, a lot of extra points that Richfield wouldn't have had.
Exactly.
You make a couple more free throws, and that is a much different game.
Here's Perot, the loft inside, missed everything. They haven't been able to get an entry pass down. She will hit the J and make it 2-1. Ludlow wants to sprint. They will. It's Torello across for Bocci, and Torello again into the corner on the baseline. This is Paulman. Had it stripped away, but it'll stay with Ludlow. Went off the hands of Ayana Neal. First sub of the day, it's Madison Roman. This is a very interesting starting group. Beg your pardon, this is an interesting group on the floor now, a group that very well could be the group you see starting next year without Ida Bocci.
Yeah, you're right. It's, the 2 freshmen in with 3 juniors. I'm impressed by how young Danbury is as well, Aiden. They have 4 sophomores out there right now with a senior.
Buescher for 3, off back iron. It stays with Ludlow on the rebound. 5 minutes to play first quarter, and it's 2-1.
See Coach DiNardo still looking to clean up a few spots over there, Aiden.
Wow. This is quite something. She's still looking. She's got the eagle eye.
She's low right there.
Yeah, she's still looking.
I'm impressed. I would love for her to come to one of my kids' rooms at the house. She'd be perfect to help get that room clean.
When you've been coaching as long as she has, you've seen it all.
Yeah, she has been coaching for a long time. Really, they say she's just a wonderful person. Obviously, highly successful coach. She was a tremendous player back in the day as well. I mean, so she just loves the game.
Here comes an inbound. They'll play it short with Paulman. Her shot too strong off the backboard. A rebound underneath. Jump ball. Ludlow's done a good job wrestling those up.
Yeah, this will be interesting. We get to set up our press for the first time.
Almost worked.
Turnover.
Yeah, it almost created a steal. It created a turnover, so it did its job. And Buescher inbounds underneath the basket. Ludlow looking for the lead back. Paulman in the corner. She's stuck. Almost out of bounds. It was tipped out off the attempted steal of Christine Sang-Fet.
Yeah, even though Danbury's in a 2-3, Aiden, which you think is a passive defense, it's really not, right? They're very active right now, trapping in the corners along the baseline. We're going to need to be so that was the right play right there, right, Aiden? See how she dribbled back out of there and got out of trouble.
Summers short on a 3-ball. We're going back the other direction, and an easy dribble down low from Chloe Perot. The sophomore lost the ball, but it went out off Ludlow. It will stay with the Hatters. Beg your pardon, that was a foul.
And they call the foul on Madison.
So Roman picks up her first. We don't have the luxury of the statistics that we had in Ridgefield. We do have the luxury of, getting to put a camera up as the jumper drilled by Perot makes it 4-1.
Nice jump shot right there. Very talented sophomore, Aiden. She's made 2 early kind of mid-range jumpers. That's impressive.
Here's Summers. Roman low block, first touch for her tonight. It zigs out into a Busher 3. Off front iron. It couldn't quite go, but Paulman snags the rebound, turns around, and can't get that either off front iron. Rebound, and we're going back the other way. The Hatters looking to expand on a 3-point lead, make it multi-possessions. Sangfet picked up by Summers. That's a good matchup. Advantage Ludlowe, maybe the only one that has advantage Ludlowe tonight. That could be Roman's second.
I think you're right. I think it is. Tough call against her. You know, both girls are battling down there.
Yeah, that's why we see a substitution this early. It'll be the second for Ludlowe, and it'll bring in Caitlin Finnegan. So this could be a starting lineup as well. It's either Roman or Finnegan, although you may see Laura Heron start next year at Summers' position. Kind of as that forward. The shot blocked right into the hands of Torello. Outlet up ahead, and Busher lays it in off the backboard for 3. Ludlow within a point.
A beautiful steal, beautiful kick up ahead to Juliet streaking down the court. They need to see some more of that, Aiden.
And really good job by her. She was in transition basically as soon as they blocked the shot. Steal by Torello. Ludlow really doing a great job creating turnovers. Busher forced it. It goes off the rim. Not even off the rim. It just was rejected by the backboard. Hatters trying to play some transition ball. It's stolen again. You gotta think that that's something that DiNardo is gonna fix in that timeout. Couple of bunnies missed, but eventually Paulman gets the putback, and Ludlow's out to the lead 5-4.
Yeah, great defense right there, Aiden. 2 nice steals by Emma, leading to some fast breaks. Those easy baskets, you can see how hard they're going to have to work against that 2-3 zone. Easy baskets are going to play a big role for them if they can win this today.
Sophie Lemley will be next in for Fairfield Ludlowe.
That's great hustle right there, Aiden. Beautiful recovery by Callie.
And you can see that even though that ball went out of bounds, she's still very proud that she was able to get in there and slow the possession down and stop what was about to happen. 2:11 to go. Ludlow's getting the ball right back. That's a really good start from them defensively. Defense has been on and off this year, as has the offense, but the defense has been shoddy at best this year. And this is the first real game we've seen them come out strong defensively like this.
Yeah, they're really clogging up the middle against Danbury, and it makes sense because they have such height.
Paulman couldn't get it. Torello could. Ludlowe by 3, their largest lead of the night.
Yeah, when you shoot those jumpers, Aiden, weak side is always typically where the rebounds go. Nice job by Emma chasing it down and scoring.
Summers travels. 1:41 to play in the first, and Jackie DiNardo is by all means getting out-coached at this point. Ludlow knew they needed to come out strong defensively. They get another steal. And there's Paulman for a sweet, easy 2. 9-4. It's now a 5-point lead. And Ludlow's press really bothering Danbury, but it's not even the press that has created most of the problems. It's their half-court D.
Yeah, it's another great steal by Emma. Led to an easy basket for Anna. Their defense has been on point right now, Aiden.
The defense has been great, and Torello's been a big part of it. With a couple of easy steals there. This is Perot. She had an easy jumper earlier. Here's Tenley Wallen. A sophomore lofts it in. Rogers almost lost it, Tiana Rogers. Cunningham, and they go back to Perot, who feeds it for Wallen. In the lane, dumps it for Cunningham, and she can't get it to go. Lemley barely kept it in bounds, and now they set up the Ludlowe offense. Finnegan all the way out beyond the 3-point line. Lemley again. Into the corner for Paulman.
You see, Paulman was much wider that time in the corner, Aiden. So it's much harder to trap way out there. It's a longer distance to travel to.
Torello, far side. Lemley, a beautiful shot fake into a jumper, can't get it to fall. The rebound underneath going to the Hatters. And Torello's going to get called for a foul unless it's offensive against Perot. It is not. It's against Emma Torello. So she picks up a quick foul there. It is the fourth on Ludlow. Danbury only with one. 17 seconds to play, now 15.8 to play in this first period, and Ludlow has really done a great job defensively. The transition game, they missed a pair of easy bunnies, but you can't really blame them there. Too strong off the backboard, and the rebound tipped out by Ludlow stays with the Hatters. Underneath, Danbury gets it to go, but you think as the first quarter comes to an end and Ludlow leads at 9-6.
Yeah, excellent first quarter by Ludlow right there, Aiden. The only issue is they have two girls who have foul trouble. Right, so as well as they played 9-6 lead, they still have two girls, Emma and Madison, who have two early fouls. We'll see if they play the rest of this half.
You would think that last bucket that Danbury was able to score, Sarah Kinsley might be a little bit less angry with that because they were able to get it up. They were able to play such great defense in the paint. Nobody committed a foul. It was a bucket that really they were going to score no matter what. That was clear, and you couldn't really done anything about it. So Ludlow takes a 3-point lead into the second quarter.
Yeah, this is great to see, Emma. The trainer was just talking to Flores. Looks like she's going to come back into the game, so it's nice to see for her. And we'll see. She may have one of those packing peanuts in the nose like you saw. Well, maybe it was Sweeney. I forget who it was at the holiday tournament.
The boys have a big game tonight, too, and I would hope that Sean Saylor is there to let us know about it. They're going to play. They're playing Danbury at Danbury, so we will see what happens with that. Pair of big games between Stamford and Trumbull, both boys and girls. Another one where the boys and girls games are equally as big.
Yeah, both boys and girls. The FCIAC is very deep, right? So all these games are just tough games, Aiden.
This is one of the most well-rounded leagues for both the boys and the girls that we will see in a long time. Out for Buscher. Her second attempt at a three, too short. And it'll be brought up by the Hatters and passed forward for Perot. Back out for Flores. She flips it off for Wallen. Wallen for Flores again. You're right, we see the packing peanut in her nose.
Yeah, I think actually she has two in, Aiden. She took a good hit there. I'm glad to see she's back playing.
Lofted in for Rogers, and Finnegan will pick up a foul. Should be her first. It is.
Yep, it is her first.
Underneath. Couldn't quite get it. Rebound is pulled by Callie. We're going back the other direction.
We were very fortunate there, Aiden. That's twice on the inbounds plays. We're seeing them get good looks at the basket. We're going to need to correct that as this game rolls on.
Far side, Buscher fake to pass. And now to the near side, Bocci. And the pass to Pullman taken away, a rarity. As Wallen tried to keep it in, she couldn't. It's interesting that Danbury hasn't been able to come up with an answer to Ludlow's full court press.
Yeah, I mean,
especially
Ludlow,
since they're letting Buscher walk straight up the court with very little defense, so she crosses that Falcon logo.
You're right. I mean, Danbury, we talked about it. They're young, a lot of sophomores. So, you know, when you're a sophomore, facing a press like this is tough. What a move right there by Caitlin. Beautiful hook over the left shoulder. I love that move.
Finnegan got it. It's 11-6. And this is a dream start for Fairfield Ludlowe. The shot off the knee of Wallen. She'll keep it, though.
Yeah, you see Callie, she just has those long arms, so she's really difficult to play against.
I'll say this is just as much Ludlow's good D as it is Danbury's sloppiness. Buescher spots up. Buescher too strong off back iron, or side iron, I should say. Other end, and this is Flores.
Yeah, good shot right there. A little 10-footer. I like that shot. If the threes aren't going in, Aiden, maybe the 10-footer does. You're just developing some confidence.
She had a good 3 the other night in Ridgefield. She actually led the Falcons with scoring, or was tied for the lead. On a night that was very forgettable for the Falcons, a foul is going to be called offensively against the Hatters.
Yeah, that really could have been a flagrant foul, Aiden. She elbowed her right in the head. The ref called an offensive foul, which is appropriate, but really that's a flagrant foul.
Again, Danbury without a full court press. Very interesting from Jackie DiNardo. We'll see if they come out with one maybe after halftime. In a game like this, you have to start to go with a full court press.
Yeah, you're
Especially
right.
when Ludlow's offense has been converting everything. The outlet up ahead to a sprinting Cunningham. Couldn't get it. It went off of Pullman and will stay with Danbury.
It looked like Anna was pushed from behind, Aiden. Great hustle by Anna, not giving up on the play. Girl missed the wide open layup. That's why you always keep hustling.
Underneath for Perot. She backs it out and lofts inside. Rogers a bunny. Wanted it plus the foul. Couldn't quite get it. She struggled to start this game. They've been giving her looks inside, but she has not been able to control the ball very well.
Yeah, you see what's happening too, Aiden, right? 6 fouls on us, but they're very concentrated. Now we have 2 on Madison, 2 on Emma, and 2 on Caitlin.
Which means you're probably going to start seeing Laura Heron in the game a little bit more. And you'll see Emma probably re-enter. You mentioned there's 2 on Torello and 2 on Roman. They are both on the bench right now.
Yeah, so Kansas' philosophy over the years has been you don't play in the first half if you have 2 fouls. And we're seeing Claire check in. I would guarantee it's for Caitlin right here.
So Claire Davenport gets in. This will be her first real meaningful varsity time of the year. Bochy was just off. What an epic 3 that would have been, but Buescher gets the steal in half court, or at least the tip. Here's Paulman, and they're back up top for Buescher. Lemley's going to come in as well. This will be a double substitution. Feed for Buescher. Had a tough time controlling it, and her pass is stolen away by Flores. Straight to the rack. Her pass to Singfet, almost stolen away. But the shot knocked down, and we're back to a 1-possession game. Timeout Ludlow. Claire Davenport's in this game. Sophie Lemley's in this game.
Yeah, we're struggling on offense right now, right? Get some new blood in there. Let's get organized, get girls in positions on the floor. If you're going to take Caitlin out, that means someone else needs to play the center against the zone. So I'm guessing it's going to be Claire. But let's see what kind of adjustments they make.
11-8 Ludlow leads, second quarter. You're on FSM. We thank you so much for tuning in to what should be our only basketball broadcast of the week. Because the boys have a bye on Friday, and the girls play Thursday at Bassick. So we will talk to you in about a week, exactly a week after this. A weird little schedule for this week, and then I think next week is a Saturday game as well for the girls. That's against Bethel. So a very weird group that we've got here. It's Buescher, Lemley, Paulman, who has not come out yet as his Buescher, Summers, and Claire Davenport. The odd group, not exactly a lot of size, but a lot of shooting experience with this group. As the Hatters try to put one down and tie this game. A rebound in underneath. And finally, Rogers gets it.
Yeah, tough assignment, Aiden. You see how strong she is. You just got to try to do your best and box her out and keep her off those boards.
How about a cross-court pass for Buescher? Davenport, Paulman. The two real centers on this team are down, so Ludlow's going to have to play without height for the rest of the quarter, and you can see they're struggling to score baskets without him.
Right, we don't have someone who's comfortable in playing in the middle on offense against this zone. So that's going to be a challenge.
Summers will commit the crime as Perot was fouled. 11-10, the Hatters trail, but are on a comeback here in the second quarter. And here's Perot shooting 2. First one, swish. This game is tied. And now she'll walk up again to try and give Danbury a 12-11 lead.
She's got a nice touch, Aiden. She's a good player.
She cannot. Too short. 7 fouls on Ludlowe, just 2 on the Hatters. Buescher wanted the 3, but doesn't take it. In motion. She gets it and swings to Lemley on the elbow. The pass to Paulman. Miscommunication, they turn it over again. Normally excusable, but now it's 11-11. Ludlow needs a little help offensively. You can't afford to have a pass like that. They've also backed off on the full court press, I've noticed.
They have different personnel in right now, so being a little more conservative on the press. It's still 11-11, 2 minutes to go in the second, so even though they haven't had a great quarter, they're really not in terrible shape right now.
3, or was it a long 2? It was a long 2, 13-11.
She is clearly their best player, Aiden. She must have 7 of their 13 at least.
Here's Paulman, skips out. But how about Claire Davenport pulling the rebound for a Buescher 3 too strong. Back to her struggling ways after we saw a little bit of light with her against Trinity Catholic and against Ridgefield shooting-wise. Still just not able to get anything to fall. Rebound pulled by Rogers. Nice move. Fouled. She'll go shoot 2. 8 fouls now.
Very nice move. Nice spin. You see Jackie out there giving her some encouragement. See if she can go to the line and earn it.
You can hear her shouting out directions from her sideline. As Torello checks back in the game, give Buescher a quick rest. Two for 2. And the Hatters' lead is out to 2. A timeout called by Jackie DiNardo. And it's now 15-11.
It's going to be important that they end the quarter here well, right? They played a sloppy quarter. We saw this the other night against Ridgefield. Aiden had a good quarter, then had a sloppy quarter. Had a good quarter, and then had a sloppy fourth quarter. We're seeing a similar trend right here, right? Excellent start to the game.
A dangerous trend, too.
Yeah, excellent start to the game. Got out to a nice lead. And now we've only scored 2 points up to this point with roughly 1:30 left in the second quarter. Going to need to get a basket here or 2 before the half ends. let's get some confidence going. Let's get this game into the locker room, close, tied, maybe a subtle lead, and let's build from there. These are games they could win, Aiden. So we got to love to see them start pulling these out. The only way they're going to pull them out, they keep playing loose, keep playing confidently, shoot with confidence. Don't worry about missing a shot. Keep going. Don't ever get frustrated.
15-11. The Hatters on top as we get ready to resume play here from Fairfield Ludlowe. And here's Torello to bring it across the timeline. Back in the game with 2 fouls. She's on dangerous turf. Dribbles once to the elbow for Lemley. Summers has taken over the role as point guard at this point. So she's getting extended responsibilities in just her first year with the team. Lemley lines up a 3, can't get it. Summers almost poked the rebound. It was poked out to Perot. We're going back the other way with Flores. And they go underneath, but
nice
Davenport was waiting.
Claire. And Rogers just threw her down, Aiden. She's a dirty player.
Underneath, foul committed by Rogers. Maybe that's how they kind of even this thing out height-wise, as Rogers is getting subbed for. So maybe that's how you kind of even this thing out height-wise. You get Rogers out of the game for a while. It's only Danbury's 3rd foul, though. They're fine. 36 seconds left. And how about Davenport?
Again,
she is earning her varsity minutes, I'll tell you that.
She's playing hard right now, Aiden. You love to see it.
Palmer is blocked, got it back. And Ludlowe with 23 to go. Did they hold for 1 shot? We'll see. I would think in a 15-11 game, you probably would.
Yeah, it looks like they are. Looks like they're going to be content going in with the last shot.
And they will start it right now. 10 to go. Into the corner. 1 bounce. It's scooted off for the hands of Pullman, and now Danbury. No, beg your pardon, Ludlowe. Yes, Danbury has 4.6 seconds to get it across and shoot. It's Flores. Heaves it up too short and wide to the right. So Ludlowe trailing by 4 as we head to half. A weird situation here. They played really well in the first. Again, we've seen this before. They kind of collapsed late.
Yeah, they had a great, we talked about it earlier, great first period, just what you'd hope for. Established the lead, but then they came out in the second, Aiden, and all of a sudden things just kind of bogged down for them. Right? They scored 2 points that quarter, and to be truthful, they didn't really get a lot of good shots. So they only scored 2 points, stagnant on offense. Danbury's big, so without Madison and without Caitlin in there, you see how they get even bigger because none of those other girls are comfortable playing in the middle there. Claire did a nice job coming in, subbing in, but it's still very difficult when you're not used to playing against girls who are that big and that strong.
We will take a break and talk to you for the 3rd quarter. Ludlowe trailing by 4, but again, a very winnable game. All right, third quarter about to get underway. It's Fairfield Ludlowe 11, Danbury leading 15-11. Aiden Blank, Scott Torello, such a pleasure to have you with us on this Tuesday night, a cold Tuesday night after a long weekend. Ludlowe came out looking good in the first quarter, and they didn't look so great in the second. Now they need to turn it around here in the third and fourth.
Yeah, let's see if we can pick it up right from the start here and get a little momentum going.
They lucked out a bit there with no foul, with the non-foul call, and they luck out even more with a travel underneath. Go back the other way.
Yeah, just what they hope for, right? Get an early stop. Now let's see if we can get some points on the board. Let's get some momentum going.
It is the same five that started the game. Bochy, Torello, Buscher, Paulman, and Summers.
Nice move.
Beautiful shot fake by Paulman, who it looks like is going to get picked up by Rogers to start this thing.
Ah, great move right there, Aiden. Just didn't go.
On the other end, another steal. They're coming out looking like they did in the first. It's Torello, too short, but got it back. Summers, wonderful drive to the hoop.
Nice drive, nice finish. Good series right there, Aiden.
15-13. This game is far from over. And now Danbury needs to come up with a little bit of a rebuttal. This is Flores. In for Cunningham. The drive from Wallen. She's trapped. She throws it back out for Flores. And now it's Perry. No, beg your pardon. Now it's Perot, who spots up and sinks the jumper. So they needed a response. They got it. 4-point lead.
It's pretty clear, Aiden, that she is a shooter. They're going to need to guard her.
Paulman underneath. The scoop shot rolls out. 5:56 to play, third quarter. 4-point game, and Ludlowe looking
great hustle,
as
Aiden.
Good as ever. Paulman on the floor. Bounces for Summers. A couple passes later, it's Paulman wide open for two. It's back to two.
Yeah, good find. Nice shot by Anna. Anna's getting some good shots off right here, Aiden. Nice to see that fall.
Other end, we're going to Ludlowe.
Yeah,
this is almost identical to the way they started in the first.
Yeah, but now we see Laura coming in, Aiden. You see the crowd giving her an applause. Maybe we got some life right here.
Hey, man, she's been missed. Could have made a big impact on Friday.
Yep.
And obviously they get the win without her against Trinity Catholic, but she could have made a big difference in that game against Ridgefield when the scoring was at a minimum.
Sure, she could have. She's talented.
Here's Summers, picked up by Rogers, who commits a foul. That should be her second, maybe her third. We're going to find out. It is her third, so she's sat. She's going to sit for a little bit.
Yeah, big foul right there.
That was a big foul. However, you need to remember, Ludlowe has 3 players with 2 fouls.
Yep, but Rogers has 3. She has great size and skill. It's important to get her out of the game.
First shot swish from Callie Summers. The free throw shooting needed to be improved. We haven't seen a ton of it today because Ludlowe hasn't been at the line enough, but so far it's getting better at least.
Yeah, you're right. They've taken very few foul shots. As a matter of fact, I think Callie has taken the only 4 foul shots today.
And she is 1 for 3, and it is a double dribble on Viviana Flores. So here's Heron to inbound, just to our left. And Ludlowe has a chance to get the lead. Would be huge to start. Finnegan is in with 2 fouls. Torello is in with 2 fouls. Roman with 2 fouls is sitting on the bench as Heron's first shot skips out. The rebound pulled, it's Flores. dual packing peanuts, as we noticed after the bloody nose in her nose. Underneath the layup, but a foul on Finnegan. That'll be her third, and she knew it.
Yeah, that's too bad, Aiden. She just got in the game.
Well, Roman's coming in to try and avoid picking up her third. As Tenley Walling goes to the line to shoot a pair and sinks the first. It's 18-16. The Hatters in front.
They have a nice collection of sophomores, Aiden.
They really do.
This Danbury team's going to be good for a while, and Rogers is only a junior.
Yeah, she's the only junior that's really getting playing time so far. That goes around and in. 19-16. Other way. It's Bocci to the corner and back out to the elbow. Here's Torello. Roman underneath. Feed. Bocci three. No, it's too short. But
Good
she
hustle.
fights for her own rebound that she might have gotten. It
Good
scoots
hustle
out.
right
She
there,
did.
Aiden. Good job by Anna. Get out of that corner, right? That's where Danbury's trying to bait you into going in there.
Here's Torello trying to set the Ludlowe offense. Lofted in off Roman's chest, but the feed right to Bocci for two.
Aiden, you know why I love that? Bocci stepped in that time. Didn't settle for a three. Took 2 steps in. Much easier shot. And guess what? She knocks it down.
Here's a steal. It's loose on the ground. Thought it might have been a steal. It was not. And we're going back the other way. To the corner.
Got to get out of there, Aiden, right? We've been talking about it. They want you in that corner. Good job by Anna to get out of there. That was trouble. They had her doubled.
Trying to find somebody. They find Torello. They find Pullman. And it's Bocci who uncorks a three. Air ball. Pullman almost saved it.
Would have been nice to see that go down, Aiden, after she nailed the last one. Just hoping she had a little confidence there.
This will be Flores to Wallen to bring it up. They get it out to the elbow. Beautiful shot fake from Flores. Lays it in.
Yeah, that's a nice drive. She showed some speed there.
Other end. They get it to go. We're back to a 1-point game. This is one of those situations where you know your heart's going to get broken, but you stay with them anyway. Ludlowe in another close game. It feels like we're saying that every game.
Absolutely. This has got to be their at least 6th close game, Aiden.
Underneath.
Great
Across
help
the lane
by
for
Bocci.
Rogers. It's loose. How about a jumper that's flared up from Wallen? The rebound too strong from Perot. How about a home run pass one-handed from Roman that will end up in a Pullman bucket? What a beautiful assist.
You're right,
from
Aiden.
Madison Roman.
That was a baseball pass, right? That was a fastball.
One-handed. I don't know if anybody in this gym could do that but her. And another turnover, it looks like. No, it'll stay with the Hatters.
Yeah, good effort right here, Aiden. Much better period, right? We've already scored 11 points this quarter. We only had 2 in the second and 11 the whole first half. Much better tempo and pace right now.
Here is Wallen. Beg your pardon. Yes, that is Wallen. Who gets it off to Perot. Stolen by Bocci. She's blocked
recovery
underneath on the fast break, but Herring pulls it. Bounces for Torello. Underneath for Roman. We're going back the other direction. The Hatters trailing by a point. And Jackie DiNardo, anything but happy over on the Danbury sideline. She knows they got to get a lot tougher to beat this Ludlowe team who's starting to amp up the pressure more.
Yeah, one thing is for certain, Aiden, Ludlow's going to play with effort. And they've done it all year. You're seeing it again tonight. No quitting them.
3 is off. Roman touched it, so it goes out off Ludlowe. And it will be a Hatter possession.
Yeah, tough play there, right? Air balls are always the toughest to rebound.
And
You're not expecting it.
And a Pullman hadn't checked out all night. Now she does. Underneath, here is a new face, Amari Edwards. She lays it in to give the Hatters the lead as we wind down in this third quarter. Under a minute to play. Feels like we just started it.
Yeah, good flow to the quarter. Not a lot of fouls, right? Not a lot of stop of possessions.
Roman and Tanisha Cunningham is a very interesting matchup underneath. Two players built very similar.
Yeah, both have good size, both strong.
They're not your typical center.
No.
They both are more of a physically apt center. But they're not going to beat you on the height. Here's Roman. Throws it out, and a 3 from Bochy's swish.
Great shot, Aiden. She needed that. Hopefully that's a confidence builder.
Huge shot, and we're down to 10 to shoot for the Hatters. Lofts it in. Backed out by Cunningham, and a jumper to tie us at the buzzer. We're going to the fourth with a 25-25 tie.
Excellent.
This really feels,
right there,
that
Aiden.
really felt like the quarter Ludlowe needed. Now, the first quarter was great. The second quarter was less than ideal. And the third quarter was great. So what does the fourth quarter become is the question.
Yep, it's time now to break that trend, right, Aiden?
If there ever was a time
right
to
here.
break it, this would be the time. If you can do it, you knock off a team that's only lost twice overall and only lost once in the FCIAC.
Yeah, no, you can see why they're good, right? They have good size. Perrialt is an excellent shooter, talented sophomore. The only thing they're lacking is a true point guard. But when you have good size, when you have good athleticism, when you have a guard like Perrialt who could shoot, you could overcome the lack of a guard. Now, I'd like to see Ludlowe now pick up the press again, see if we can create some more turnovers here. It worked early in the first half, in the first quarter. It might be time now to incorporate it again.
25-25. 2 fouls committed by the Hatters. 1 for Fairfield Ludlowe. That was a real good quarter for them fouling-wise. They did not need, the last thing they wanted was to pick up 8 fouls in this second half, and they have not.
Yeah, good flow to the quarter right there, right? Very few fouls, very few turnovers. Excellent quarter.
All right. We are ready for 8 minutes to decide who wins this game. Or potentially overtime, we will see.
Something's going on here between the two coaches, Aiden. Coach Kins is not happy about something. Maybe there's a substitution issue. Something's going on.
25-25, Ludlowe hanging tight with a very good Hatters squad. Here's Heron. Torello. Pullman in the corner. And back up for Heron.
Yeah, no rush, right? Let's get a good shot. Let's start this quarter off positive.
They bring Callie Summers in as Heron's too short on a 3-ball. So she'll take Roman's place. And again, they play without a true center. They struggled the last time they did that. Laura Heron with a steal and a bucket in transition to give the lead back to the blue and silver.
You see the pressure paying dividends right there, Aiden, right? Their guards are not as strong as they're used to seeing. They can take advantage of that, create some turnovers.
Here's Flores, picked up by Torello. Two very similar players. You see, the Ludlowe players have a lot of counterparts on this Danbury team. Long three from Flores is forced. And Summers pulls the rebound. Again, we've seen Ludlow struggle, especially offensively, without a true center because Danbury's height has been just too much. Paulman almost banked that in. She gets Cunningham on the floor, and the tussle ends up with a pass to Flores, who was fouled underneath.
Yeah, good foul. You know what? They had a 2-on-1, Danbury. See if they call it on the floor or a shooting foul. And they called a shooting foul, so she'll shoot 2. Rather have her earn it from the line than take the easy layup, though, Aiden.
It is the second foul on Ludlow, the first on Laura Heron. Off front iron, Flores cannot tie it. She could make it a 1-point game with this shot. No, she cannot. Ludlow maintains the basket lead. Almost a foul underneath. We're going back the other direction. Summers got a little tangled up, but they let it slide.
Yeah, but she's really fighting down there, Aiden. I mean, these girls are strong.
Torello. Swish.
They needed that one, Aiden. It'd be nice to push this lead out a little here.
4-point lead, and this is starting to get this crowd into it.
They called it a 3, Aiden. We're up 5. We'll take every point we can get.
Oh,
Aiden.
Absolutely. Loose on the ground. Flores barely got it to Cunningham. Wonderful move in the lane, but Wallen couldn't get it. The putback goes. Hatters within 3, but Ludlow in a real good spot here. You gotta like the position you're in if you can keep putting buckets on net. Wonderful drive. Torello couldn't get it to go. She's gonna save it. No out of bounds call. Couple more passes, and Paulman couldn't get it, but Summers pulls the rebound. She can't get it. There's 3 offensive rebounds for Ludlow on that possession.
Great effort.
Which is still going.
Great effort. See if it turns into some points here. They earned it.
Paulman, loose ball, jump ball. And Juliette Buescher's coming back into this game. She's coming in for Bocci. So you get a shooter into this game. Maybe you get her an open look. They will also sub out Callie Summers for Caitlin Finnegan, who has 3 fouls. So with under 5 to play in this game, it's Torello, Buescher, Finnegan, Heron, and Paulman all on the floor. It was overrun by Flores, who's had ball control problems all night, and Ludlow gets it back.
Yeah, it's hard when you're constantly pressured, Aiden. Full court, all game long, it starts to wear at you.
Again, little to no pressure in the backcourt for Fairfield Ludlow.
Yeah,
Danbury is not putting up much of a defense. Right to Flores. Picks it up, almost traveled. Rogers, who comes in with 3 fouls, and a swish from Perot. Down to a 1-point gain, timeout. What are you saying in the huddle if you're Sarah Kinsley? What are you saying if you're Jackie DiNardo?
I mean, listen, you have to identify where she is on the floor, right? We have seen her make shots all night. Very talented shooter.
Well, they called that a 3, so this game is now tied.
Yeah, so just like that, right? They kind of made up the 5-point deficit, which is to be expected from a team that only has 1 loss. If you're Jackie, she may go with what you were suggesting, right? Picking up the pressure, some full court D. She may be changing up her D.
They haven't shown it all night, so you wonder if they even have the ability to go into a full court press.
You're right. We don't know that, right? So if they do, I could see them incorporating it now. If not, we may not see it ever tonight.
Whereas Ludlow has used it on basically every possession, and it's worked wonders. If you're DiNardo, there's no reason not to use it if you have it in your repertoire.
No, it looks like they're going to step back again. And so, you know, maybe just a timeout by DiNardo to kind of let her team regroup, take a deep breath. tell them they're right where they want to be, tied, 4 minutes to go on the road. And like you said, right, she's a very experienced coach. She's been doing this a long time.
Here's Buescher. Her pass to Finnegan broken up by Rogers. We're going back in the other direction. Flores for Perot. Threw it up too short. And Ludlowe gets it back with a chance to take the lead, which was at 1.5. That was the largest lead they've had tonight. Here's Torello. She hit that three that really sparked that Ludlowe offense. Paulman in the corner, back out. Buescher for Torello on the elbow, playing catch with Heron. One more pass, Buescher for three. Swish! That was huge.
Needed it. Need these to start going down.
When she came in, we said, here comes a shooter. Maybe they get her an open look, and finally she gets one to fall. A leading scorer at Ridgefield has come into this game and trying to lock down this Danbury team. 3:18 to play, fourth quarter. Torello had a few steals earlier. We'll see if she can amp up her defense on this possession, which is becoming increasingly big. They get another tall girl, Edwards, into the game. In the corner, it's Flores. Entry pass for Rogers. Again, she's had ball control issues all night. Forced it up, got her own rebound. And that is Finnegan's fourth.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, right? Both girls going for the ball. She just happened to kind of
tangle. Yeah, it was a little bit of tangled legs.
I mean, it's unfortunate. But good hustle, right? So you love to see that.
Into the corner. Here's Flores. Guarded by Torello. And now it's Wallen. A very dangerous entry pass for Rogers.
Great double by Anna.
They feed it around, and this is Wallen. To the corner, here's Edwards. Pass inside, missed everything. Paulman on the run. Backs it out, turns around, and couldn't quite get the easy little shot. This is Flores, other end, trying to do some work. To Edwards and back out. This has been a very sloppily played sequence for Danbury, except for that, a three that ties us at 33. Each team is matching each other, shot for shot. This has all the makings of an instant thriller.
Yeah, big shot there, right? Ties the game back up. That was a possession, Aiden. I'd love to see Anna either kick it back out or kick it off to Emma, who has a much easier shot on the wing. Little possessions like that have cost us in these games. It's time we learn from these early season mistakes.
33-33. This is a huge possession coming up for Fairfield Ludlowe. You want to stay in control. If you can get a lead, even by just 1 or 2 points, you're in control. And you force Danbury to take a shot, which they had to do there, basically, and they couldn't really do it. They struggled with it until they found Flores for three.
Yeah, I mean, it was a kind of a loose ball possession. Ball's bouncing around. Next thing you know, Flores ends up with it, wide open for a three. That's how balls bounce usually when there's a broken play. That was a broken play.
Here is Torello. She's been playing the point. They subbed out Buescher and put in Bocci. Bounced for Paulman and taken away by Flores. This is Perot. Backs it out. Three ball, another one. This one is too short. The rebound is on the floor. It is a jump ball.
Good hustle right there, Aiden.
I'll
Callie
tell you,
really fought for it.
Rogers better be careful on those jump balls because she's got 3 fouls. I understand she's got to be there for the rebound, but that's dangerous, and so is putting Caitlin Finnegan in. But With a minute 33 to go, she comes in with 4 fouls. Foul trouble not an issue for either side. 3 on Ludlow, 2 on the Hatters.
Interesting right here, Aiden. We go with the 2 bigs, which is an interesting thought. Almost had the dump down to Madison. Nice thought by Caitlin, just got tipped.
I think in this kind of situation, that's smart. Your game plan cannot be come out and shoot threes.
Yeah,
we've tried that. You got a couple to fall, but at this point, you have to go with what works, and that's the bigs.
I agree. You never want to rely on threes.
Roman just got Rogers to commit her 4th foul. We'll see if she sits. With a minute 9 to play here in the 4th, each team now with 3 fouls committed. It was not shooting, but hey, we'll take it. Heron from underneath the basket for Pullman. Couldn't quite get it from the free throw line. It's Heron in the corner. Torello, we're approaching a minute to play in what you called a must-win game for Fairfield Ludlowe. 54 to play.
This is a big possession, Aiden.
No shot clock. They can go as long as they want. It's Pullman for 2.
You see what the double bigs did there, Aiden, right? They brought all the defensive pressure into the middle, left a wide open jumper for Anna.
Blocked underneath, but it stays with the Hatters.
Yeah, nice
Finnegan
block
with a
right there by
huge
Finnegan.
block.
She's going to need to be tough here, right? We've had a couple breakdowns on these inbound plays, Aiden.
The 5 on the floor, Torello, Pullman, Roman, Finnegan, Heron. This is Flores for Wallen. Trapped by Pullman in the corner. The entry pass, Edwards. Too strong, but a foul with 19.9 to go. However, Ludlow can now hold for 1 shot.
Yep, I don't mind it, Aiden, right? She had a layup. That was great hustle by Caitlin. Make her make these 2 from the foul line.
It is Caitlin Finnegan's 5th. She is done for the night.
Yeah, this is a rule where you get 30 seconds to make a substitution. You can use it as almost like a free timeout, like we're seeing right here. Right, so this is important. Like Callie comes in, boxes out. The odds are that she probably will not make both shots. We just saw 10 seconds run off the clock too.
Yeah, they
I think
started
the ref's
it.
going to change it.
Yeah. We'll see what they reset it to. So Finnegan is done. She didn't play a ton tonight because she kept creating fouls. But when she was in, she was as good as you could possibly hope.
You see the assistant coach is complaining about the clock because 10 seconds has run off the clock, Aiden.
Off front iron. Now the best they can do is make it a 1-point game. That was huge.
Yeah, as you see the scoreboard coming over and now admitting to the mistake. Because listen, it's a big difference, 10 seconds in this situation, especially when you still
absolutely.
have, Danbury still has 4 fouls until the 1-and-1.
The question is, who is keeping track of that clock?
That's a good point, right? Who knows how much time was on there? I think there was around 29 seconds.
Yeah, I said it just like 2 seconds ago. I even forgot.
So they're putting it to 19. So
yeah, that sounds about right. All right. So 19 seconds on the clock, and here's Rogers to shoot to make it a 1-point game for the Hatters. She hits it. A timeout is called by the Hatters.
Now they're going to have to be smart. Now we will see the press that you've been calling for. Right? Danbury is going to come out in a press. Ludlow's going to need to be strong with the ball. They have 4 fouls to get before it's a 1-and-1. That means Danbury's going to be super aggressive. It's going to be tricky.
35-34 with 19 seconds to play in the 4th quarter. The Falcons looking to go to 4-6. They'd be 3-5 in the FCIAC, kind of hanging around. Still a shot to make those FCIAC playoffs. And the best part is you get basically a day off from FCIAC play at the end of this week. They'll play on Thursday in a non-conference game against Bassick. That is more about making sure you make the state playoffs.
Sure.
But you get a chance to kind of reset before you come into the next week, which will be huge. Getting 2 wins in that next week could bring you back to 500, 5-5. You want a chance there to make the FCIAC playoffs.
Right. You see the 2 refs are still talking about the clock, Aiden. They've now put 20 seconds on the clock. A lot of confusion
right here. They add an extra
right
second. That is just as big. It is Heron, Summers, Torello, Roman, Paulman. After Finnegan fouled out, you have a couple of weapons on the bench you could bring in too. Bochy shot well tonight. And you have Buescher. It goes to Summers. The only one that's been to the free throw line tonight for Fairfield Ludlowe. A foul will be Danbury's 4th.
Now, again, you're going to need to be strong with these balls because there's still a lot of fouls to give.
First on 10, Lee Wallen. That was smart. If anybody was going to foul in that situation, you want it to be her. Heron let it go over the line.
Wow, interesting call right there, Aiden. It didn't look like she let it go.
That was frustrating. No, it kind of rolled across. I think if the ball crosses the plane, and it looked like it did. Rogers comes in with 4 fouls. If you can get her to foul, that'll be her 5th. So now Ludlowe has a totally different plan. 2 seconds ago, it was just wait for them to foul you. Danbury lucked out. Ludlowe made a mistake, and now Ludlowe's got to play impeccable defense.
They do. And by the way, Ludlowe can be aggressive. They only have 4 fouls, Aiden. So, you know, if Danbury's wasting some time dribbling the ball out here, no reason you can't go and waste a foul and make them start over again. The less time, the more stressful this will be for Danbury. Again, they're going to talk about the clock again.
$16.3 to play.
Now,
it's 35-34.
Where they inbound from is important here. If he gives it to him under the basket, it's a big advantage. He should be pushing them further to the corner.
He is. And it's Wallen to inbound. Finds Flores. She's been a shooting threat. Here's Perot. Corner wide open shot. Too strong with 8. The rebound. And a timeout. Sarah Kinsley with 5.9. The Hatters in big trouble.
They are, but again, this is going to be a tricky spot to inbound from, Aiden. Deep in the corner. Very tough. Hopefully they give them some progress on the pass and move it up to about where the Danbury bench is.
I'm not sure they will, because it sounded like Sarah Kinsley called a timeout way back when they had the ball in that corner.
You're right. So
well, either way, it won't really matter because Danbury's got to foul immediately.
They do.
They have no time. If there were 20 seconds left, they could maybe let them maybe try and get a steal. You waste like 10 seconds, but with 5.9, you don't really have much of a choice unless you get a steal off the inbound, which is probably their best hope right now.
Right. So you see Coach DiNardo is questioning where it should be inbounded to. Now she's putting a defender up on the ball.
It's Torello. She's going to the line with 4.4. 2 of the biggest shots of the no. It is not shooting.
Yeah, it's only the 5th.
That was my fault. I caught that there. It'll be Danbury's 5th.
So you still, again, you got to inbound it 2 more times. Send someone to the basket, Aiden. Good. Dribble it out. Get out of there.
She'll dribble it out, but no, they won't let him have it that easily with a second and a little bit more to go. 6 fouls on Danbury. And they got to foul one more time. That should do it. Hey, it wasn't pretty, but it worked.
Don't throw in the backcourt, Aiden. That's perfect.
It's Pullman. They leave just 0.5 seconds left. And they got to foul one more time, which means this game is virtually over.
No, that's the 1-and-1. So, Anna.
Okay.
Listen, you make these, you make them throw a full court shot up. Tough loss for Danbury. This is a great win for Ludlowe.
It'll only be Danbury's second loss in the FCIAC. It'll be their third loss overall, so they're not really concerned.
Yep.
The shot's off. Summers pulls it, and Ludlowe has knocked off the Hatters.
Yeah, great win right there for Ludlowe. And listen, they played with great effort the entire game. They deserved that win.
35-34. It was as gritty as a win as you could have hoped for. The win maybe this team needed to get back to where they need to be.
Absolutely. Maybe maybe they go on a run from here. You never know, right? I mean, it's a long season. Only the halfway point. 4-6 now. 3-5 in the league. It's far from over, Aiden. But you need to go on a run.
At 3-6, 2-5 in the FCIAC is what they came in with. With the win, Ludlowe is 4-6, 3-5 in the FCIAC. Again, getting a little closer to that FCIAC playoff picture, but not quite in it. The Hatters with a loss are 7-3. They're 5-2 in the FCIAC. Not the biggest loss for them, but They certainly can't let it affect their attitude. This is a team that should be in the FCIAC playoffs. I can almost guarantee you this is a team that will be in or near the FCIAC playoffs. So in the long run of things, I think DiNardo got to make sure that they understand this is not the end of the world.
Right. They came in a great situation, only one loss in the league. Listen, they just traveled 45, 50 minutes to come down here. It's a Tuesday night, day after a long weekend. It's natural for you to be a little bit out of sorts after traveling all that way today. So listen, Ludlowe, give them credit. They deserve the credit. Played a great game, pulled out the win, gritty as you said, the entire game. This was fun for them. Great win.
What a fantastic win. We will sign off tonight. We will talk to you, I think, next Tuesday if they're at home. What a win for this squad. That was huge. 35-34 your final. For Scott Torello, I'm Aiden Blank. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night, and we will check in with you next week.